Dwight Gooden, there are a couple of things to talk about. His career high in strikeouts, 16 in a game. He's
got Mike Moore of Seattle in mind, who pitches similar to Gooden. Not the same, but similar.
0-1. Ground ball to the right side, plugging the hole up with a nice reach is Backman in the dirt, and they got him anyway. And did not have a decision in Game 5. First time he ever worked an extra inning game in his career. Ground ball to Backman, big hop. Got him anyway. Boy, I'll tell you one thing, the infield here at Shea is still hung over from the celebration.
We talked about it last night.
Get them ready. Greg Pavlik and Bud Harrelson. 1-1. Line drive, but it's right at Santana. So the Sox are gone in order. Started on a nice play on Wade Boggs' ball by Wally Backman. Here come the Mets. Interesting thing about this 24-game winner, Roger Clemens, people are talking about the fact this will be the third straight time Paul Neals. 0-2. Got him. And so Roger Clemens announces his presence at Shea Stadium as he strikes out Lenny Dykstra. Remember, Clemens dazzled the baseball world. 3-2. And he walked him, and that'll wake up the ballpark. So you have Backman at first, Buckner coming over to hold him on. Hit on a good play by Backman. And he goes. Shortstop covers the throw down. They got him, and easily. Spike Owen opened up the left side, and Rick Edmond does it again. And he has a look for ball 4. So back-to-back walks. But you have 2 out, a runner at first, and Gary Carter coming up. Clemens high in walks this year. He walked 6 in a game.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, he better be looking baseball.
Hernandez ready and goes. Fastball, and it's hit it here to left center. Moving over is Henderson to make the play. So Hernandez is left at first. Clemens fights his way out of the jam, and Gary Carter shakes his head and chews his gum. Gooden and Clemens. 3-2 to Jim Rice. Bad swing on a bad ball, and he's mad at himself.
He knew that was a bad ball, high and tight. Gooden.
Second in the American League in walks behind Boggs. And he's on. Gooden's high, like Clemens, 6 walks in a game. Count 1. High bouncer slowly to the right side to Backman. He played that like a rolling hand grenade because of the infield. So Evans at second base with 2 down. The throw ball might have been scuffed up. 0-2. High fly ball into right center. Lenny Dykstra has to run it down. And he's there. So they leave Dwight Evans in the second inning. A bit of controversy by the boards. No score at the end of an inning and a half.
Tip it off.
Remember, he's got a big strike zone there. Strawberry 6-6. Got him. And it continues. For Darryl Strawberry, he has to be worrying now and pressing. And that's the 15th time he has struck out. The last time where he made only 93. So he's reasonably rested on 3 days. High drive to dead center. Back goes Henderson, away back to the track and hauls it in. A thoroughly big league play because he turned his back on the ball and went after it. And it's a tricky park. They want to walk. 3-2. Got him, and that is strikeout number 3 for Roger. And at the end of 2, no score. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Get it from Wally.
Well, looks like the fastball. 3-2. There it is for ball 4. That is the second walk. And although Dwight Gooden probably doesn't know it, Spike Owen hit only 138 against American League right-hand pitchers this year. He was not a big man on campus with the bat. Got the bunt down, but there's Hernandez, a one-hopper to Santana that gets away. A bad throw by Hernandez, and he didn't have to hurry it that much. And now the Red Sox are in business, first and second. So now he's struggling. And that's hit down the left field line. It is in there. Fair ball and going in the corner. In comes Owen. To third goes Clemens on a double by Boggs. And the Red Sox lead the Mets 1-0 in the third inning. Not quite so sure. 1-0. And that's hit into right field, and that's a base hit. In comes Clemens, holding at third will be Boggs, and you have first and third. 2-0 Red Sox in the top of the third inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Off speed, and it's hit into right field for the base hit. In comes Boggs. Stopping at second is Barrett, and for a slumping New York Mets team, they're down 3-0.
That slow curveball really surprises me because
Nobody out.
watch the first pitch.
That's his style. First pitch fastball and a towering drive to right. The runner at second, Barrett, will tag. Strawberry for the catch, and Barrett will move over to third. Buckner, of course, staying at first. So Rice a long out to right, but he does pick up one man 90 feet. Bad play by Hernandez. Then Boggs doubled and singles by Barrett and Buckner. Fastball, and that takes care of him. Foul tipped and held by Gary Carter. That's the second out, and it's also the second strikeout. Oh, the big Uncle Charlie, or as they say with Dwight Gooden when they talk about the curve, Lord Charles. But it's 3-0 Red Sox. Fastball hit over the mound off the glove of Clemens, deflected to Owen, who has trouble throwing it. It's too late. And the ball pops out of Buckner's mitt anyway. But Spike Owen double clutched and still couldn't get it.
It was deflected by Clemens. And
he is also a good bunter. He has sacrificed 13 times, and that's what they want him to do in the air. Off the glove of Buckner. He is not going to have a play. At first, nobody out. And he's going to bunt. It's a good one. Over to get it is Boggs. The throw to Buckner got him. However, he runs his mutters along. And there are second and third with 1 out. And Wally Backman coming up.
he was bunting for the base hit, and it was a beauty executed.
To drill Backman. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. In comes Santana, and they're going to hold Gooden at third. Bud Harrelson down the line to stop Dwight, and that will bring up the man whose error. Fastball hit off the leg of Clemens. Over to get it is Boggs. Off balance throw, got him. And a fine play by Wade Boggs. Scoring is Gooden. It is now Red Sox 3, Mets 2. Oh, what a wonderful play by Boggs to score. And now break that with a deuce here in the third. Big bouncer smothered by Boggs, who makes the play.
What a clinic he put on this inning.
So the Mets are bogged down, but they do come up with 2. Dwight Gooden and Roger Clemens just riffle through the pages of baseball history, and there have been some magnificent matchups. A towering smash into left center. Dykstra to the track, at the wall, gone. Hendu hits it out, and the Red Sox lead the Mets 4-2. And look at that fan holding onto his head.
And there's nothing that'll deflate a ball club and pick up your own club more than what just happened here. The Mets came back, and momentum is going with them, and now the first batter comes up. He says, hey, forget that momentum. I'm going to take it back.
Denny McClain and Tom Seaver and Catfish Hunter, just to mention a few. Ground ball up the middle. So here come the Sox. They come right back after the Mets. A home run followed by a single, and Roger Clemens coming up in what would appear to be another bunt situation.
He got on the team bus.
Now let's see if he's back to bunting again. Yep. And the bunt, a chopper, and this time Hernandez's only play is to Backman covering. So Clemens, as if he's been doing it all year, lays down the bunt after taking a shot tonight. 3-1. And on the hands, and they got to play at third. Santana goes to Johnson. A bad base running play by Spike Owen. I don't know where he was going.
He just took off when the ball was hit. He'd like to take it back.
They give him all of the left field line and corner. And he goes the other way, inside first and down the line. Strawberry over to get it. Barrett will hold it first, and Boggs goes to third. So he likes that ball out there, and the Mets, who were burned last night, are burned again tonight. 0-1. Fly ball to left field. Back on the ball is Danny Heap, and puts it away. 1 run, a home run by Henderson, and the bad play by Owen deprived the Red Sox of another. And at the end of 3.5, Red Sox 4.
9 pitches with that last one.
0-1 to Darrell. There's the fork ball. High drive into deep right field. Evans on the track and will make the catch. And it's the difference between the fork ball and the fastball. Fastball. High drive to right. Evans on the track. At the wall. Makes the catch. The ball seems to be dying out there, and there is no wind. The flag in center is just hanging limply.
But they talk about the swirling winds.
0-1. Fastball. That's hit into center. Base hit. To second base goes Heap. And now Dwight Gooden is due up. And he will come up with 2 out.
Gooden hasn't exactly shut him down, though.
Nope. 1-1. Late on a fastball, hits it inside first to Buckner, who feeds Clemens coming over. A nice play for Billy Bucks as Gooden hits it inside out. Bounce one up to him. Not when you got that fastball, and there's a base hit for Rice, a fastball hitter into left field. So that means the Sox got the leadoff man aboard in the 3rd. They got a home run in the 4th, and they get a base hit to open up the 5th. And there's a drive into deep left field. Heap just watches this one, and it's going to go on the pavilion top, on the roof. And Dwight Gooden is not good enough tonight. It is 6-2 Boston in the 5th inning. And oh, did Dewey whack that one.
When you hit a ball that hard, that far, you're going up there looking for it, and I'm sure what dictated that looking for the fastball is what he did to Rice. We were all up there looking for the curveball.
Advanced scout for the New York Mets. There's the curve, and that takes care of Gedman, but it's a little too late for that. Take a look at that breaking ball. You've heard so much about his fastball this year. 5 times. So he's changed. 2-2. Curveball. So down goes Spike Owen, and that's the quietest striking out the side job you'll ever see as the Sox go back to work. The Feist 0 for 1. The Red Sox 6, the Mets 2. Bottom of the 5th inning. Fastball hit in the air to right center. Evans trying to run it down and slides and came up with it.
He was afraid of a collision, but what a play he made.
Boston in the 5th. Way out.
He's really laboring.
Well, that's 4 walks. The most walks in a game this year. Clemens allowed 6, and that's the only thing that really gives this crowd any heart. And he made only 5 all year. But a big one tonight. Ground ball to the hole. Big hop off the glove of Marty Barrett. Deflected to right, and on his way to third goes Wally Backman. A bad throw to the plate, finally grabbed by Rich Gedman. So Backman holding at first against the California Angels, and perhaps had the quote of any post-game. Third, Hernandez at first, and the only out was the catch by Evans. There's a hopper through off the glove of Owen. In comes Backman. Hernandez to second. 6-3 Boston. The run is charged to Clemens. The hit is charged to Crawford. Strike 3 call. hit 16 times in postseason play. There they go. Ground ball to Marty Barrett. Easy play, but he had to wait for Buckner, who hobbled to the bag in time, and the Mets settle for one. But it's Dwight Evans' play in the fifth and the arm of Steve Crawford that kept the Mets away. Here's his best pitch, and although the Red Sox have already hit 2 out, and Rick Aguilera, and whatever happened to the dream matchup. High pop fly into shallow right field. Backman out. Strawberry.
So far, Crawford wins the pitcher's pool. He hit it farther than anybody.
There they are. Great book to read. 3-1. You know, you talk about Boggs as he draws that walk. Wade Boggs has a lifetime batting average in 5 years with the Red Sox of .352. Ted Williams is another great hitter in the ballpark tonight.
Oh, yeah, we saw him.
Yeah. There goes Boggs, and the ball is hit slowly to short. Santana in a hurry. Off balance throw gets him, but Barrett did his job with the runner going. Roll down. Got him. So down goes Buckner. Boggs at second base is left there, and at the end of 5.5, Sox 6, Mets 3. Since the 1st of September, it has done quite a job. Popped in the air, and looking for help is Owen. Coming in to provide it is Rice.
Somebody threw something out of the stands too, Vin.
Wow.
You can see what Rice is doing now, and that's terrible. 10 feet.
Maybe 10. 2-2. The count to Rafael Santana. Hit an inside fastball. It's backhanded and short hop by Boggs. Oh, what a play by Wade. That's the 3rd dazzler he's turned in tonight.
Hey, we talk about him reading Ted Williams' book. Edmonds say, shake me off.
1-2. Got him, and down goes Mookie, and Hope sinks some more at Shea. At the end of 6, a dazzling Red Sox show, and they lead 6-3. Drive in a run. The Sox have 8 hits, and that's going to be number 9. And for Jim Rice, his 2nd hit. And once again, the Sox get the leadoff man on base. They had Owen lead off the 3rd with a walk. Have studied baseball at all, you know that the Mets have not been the only people to host a game here at Shea Stadium. The Yankees played here. There's a base hit to center. The 2 on and nobody out. The point being that a couple of the Red Sox were no strangers at all to Shea Stadium when the Yankees played here.
And as soon as he did, Aguilera backed off.
Now he goes to the protector and then the mask, and we'll see about the 0-2 pitch. It's Loop back a second into shallow center. It's going to fall for a hit. Coming to 3rd is Rice. The ball is bobbled in center, but they're still going to hold him, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Carter is still, and it sounded like a cracked bat single into right field. Rice will score, and that's it. 90 feet at a time, and it is 7-3 Boston. Still nobody out, and I heard that bat crack, so Henderson won't use it again. Nobody out, and there's a base hit to left field. In comes Evans. He'll stop Gedman. You go 90, I go 90, and we go up 8-3, say the Sox.
It looks like they're playing one of those video arcade games.
With sliders and all of New York holding its collective breath. And now 2 runs in. Red Sox 8, Mets 3. Got him. He looked it all the way, and it got the corner. So there's a busted dream. Young Mike Greenwell in the bases loaded in the World Series.
Left field.
1-2 to Wade. Got him on the breaking ball, and that's quite a feat in itself. So Orozco strikes out Greenwell and Boggs, and that'll bring up Marty Barrett. 2-1 to Marty Barrett. And he hits it in the air to left center. Dykstra trying to run it down. He does. However, 5 straight hits for 2 runs. 3 left. And at the end of 6.5, 8-3 Red Sox. Boston bullpen early enough, but Crawford shut them down, and now Stanley's trying to do it. A hopper into left field. Base hit for Dykstra. if there is any life left in this crowd at Shea, we'll see it now. As Backman waiting. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a ball hit into left center, base hit. Dykstra to second and holding, and the Mets try to come back. Palm ball got him.
You talk about changing speeds. What a surprise that was.
0-2. Got him.
He took a shot at the outside corner, and it's one of those too close to take with 2 strikes.
Angry, visibly affected about the way that ball fooled him to strike him out. 3-2. Runners go. 1 hopper. Staying with it is Spike on. Low throw. Buckner digs it out. It's as if they're trying to tantalize the Mets. 2 are left, and at the end of 7, 8-3 Boston. Wednesday. For a few moments, and for a few moments only, we saw Sid Fernandez throwing in the Mets bullpen. There's a looper to right, and that's going to fall for the 14th Red Sox hit.
I would think a pinch runner would come in. I'd look for old Stapleton to come
I would
out.
think, just to give him a break.
Strike out and double play if he can.
0-2 to Jim. And he whacks that off-speed pitch into left field for a base hit. And what an exchange of looks. Gary Carter turned and walked away in disgust, looking over towards the Mets dugout. In action at Fenway Tuesday night. Big chopper to short. Santana goes back to second, and Backman on to Hernandez for the double play.
And what a great job Backman did on the pivot. He really had to go to the shortstop side, and
They'd have to maneuver their pitchers. They'd have to get into the bullpen. 2-2. Got him, and he flinched, quit, and Orozco strikes him out. Gives up 2 hits and nothing else. A man left at third at the end of 7 1/2. 8-3 Boston.
he really had that early height.
And he lifts a fly ball to Dave Henderson in center, but that's a graveyard out there. 1 away.
One of the great expressions of all time, you talk about graveyard, was Fresco Thompson's great description of Willie.
They added 2 more on the home run by Evans, and all of a sudden what was 3-2 was 6-2. Chopper to Stapleton. He'll hang one to Big Stanley. The Stanley steamer, and you have 2 out.
Shortstop. Ball club. That Santana is hot, swinging the bat in good shape.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Got him on the breaking ball, and that chills him.
Boy, he backed him out of there. He came sidearm, and that took it. There's Tuffle.
3 strikeouts, and it's still 8-3 Sox. And then Bob Stanley. Fernandez, a 16-game winner, knocked on his numbers in the collision by Henderson. It would appear as if he would be the logical choice. Line drive, 16th hit for the Boston Red Sox. And Fernandez is welcome to the club. 8 hits off Gooden, 5 hits off Aguilera, 2 off Orozco, and now. And then the gap in his plans on Wednesday. Ground ball up the middle, and even though it hit the side of the mound, that couldn't take the sting out of it. That's 17 hits. So there are runs in the stockings, and there are 17 hits to go along with them. With bunting, he's going to push one by Hernandez. I mean, they love it, huh? Look at this kid laying that one foul. Well, Stanley at least hit the ball.
It's a moral victory because the last thing he wanted was to get a mark on the bat, and he at least got that.
Sure did. Back in 1946, the Cardinals got 20 hits against Boston, and that looks like it might be 18. It is against the wall. In comes Henderson on a double by Boggs. Stopping at third is Owen. It is 9-3 Boston, and they're getting close to returning the favor. Do you remember the 20 hits? Aguilera, Jesse Orozco, Sid Fernandez, and Doug Sisk. And now they're going to put him on. So that'll load the bases with 1 out, then bring up Dave Stapleton. And he promptly lifts a fly ball to shallow left. Mookie Wilson is there. Romero tags, but he's not going to go anywhere. And it's cut off by Howard Johnson. That's the second out.
What you saw, twitching time.
Sisk from a stretch, and the runners will go. Got him. And again, Carter had trouble on that pitch. Boy, that ball was really moving. And Gary stayed with it to handle it. The Sox get a run and lead 3. And at the end of 8 1/2, 9-3 Boston.
To throw a few pitches, so that's a plus for the Red Sox.
The Red Sox hand gets tougher and stronger. Fly ball to left field. One away. Keith Hernandez and the rest of the Mets, the Angels, and jerked the rug out from under California. They had to win 3 straight from California, and they did it. They came into New York, and they're trying to win 2 straight here. So if the Sox win this game, a slam off Clemens' leg, who knows how this one would have gone. Slow roller to Stapleton at the bag. He'll take the easy out. 2 down with Dykstra at second base, and the batter is Hernandez. Tuesday night at Fenway Park. Bob Ojeda, Dennis Boyd. High drive into deep center. Henderson digging to the track at the wall. He's got it. And that summed up the Mets all night. They've been a buck short, and the Red Sox, who were supposedly almost a 3-1 underdog team, have swept 2 in New York. They have sent Davy Johnson and the Mets back to the gloom.